I was out training people last week and I asked the question, do you know the difference between the buying cycle and the sales cycle? And the question was met with blank looks. So I thought it'd be worth spending a little bit of time on that today. So the buying cycle, what is that? Well, imagine you're buying yourself a new car and you tend to do that every 3 years. The buying cycle then takes 3 years to complete. And during that 3-year period, you go through an awareness that you want a new car. Then you consider the options. You go, well, do I want a 4-door hatchback or a 2-door sports car, whatever it may be. Then there's an intention to buy the car and it results finally in the purchase. So then now we can understand a little bit more why when you hear something like 33% of people don't buy within the first 3 months. That becomes understandable because they're at the wrong point on the buying cycle. Now the sales cycle is completely different to that. The sales cycle down here, and this is normally when you've got someone who's interested and they've decided that they want to purchase a product. This is where you go from greeting, so you introduce yourself to the customer, you go through the rapport building, uncover the needs, the objection handling, and it finally ends up in the close. Now, a key point is, you're never going to be able to close someone if they're at the wrong point on the buying cycle. So if they've just bought a car 6 months earlier, you're not going to be able to close them on a new car because the solution you're offering doesn't satisfy their needs because they've already found a solution. However, if you're at the 2.5 year period and they're starting to look and you're like, okay, yeah, I could do with a new car, then you can start uncovering all the kind of objections. Well, now we've got a dog, we need more space, or instead of having 2 children, we have 3 children. Or the last car that I bought, the gearbox was not very good, or I had a 4x4 and it guzzled petrol. So then you go, right, yes, I understand, and you handle the objections and you move the customer round this process until they close, which is great. You close the deal, they're at the right point of the buying cycle, and everyone's happy. So a great question to ask your customers would be, when was the last time you changed your? Or how often typically do you consider looking at a new product? So ask those 2 questions and get it right. Where are you in the buying cycle, and what point is the customer in the sales cycle? Understand these 2 and you got it. Be phenomenal.